So we have one of our clients, Neve, with us for a few moments, and she's going to share a little bit about her process and journey so far with us. So Neve, first of all, just tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, where you're from, etc., etc.
So my name's Neve and I'm from Fermanagh, but I'm living down in Cork now and I'm a geologist. So my main work is 9 to 5, Monday, Friday, desk job. I be out and cycle a little bit and get a bit of travelling, but apart from that, I'm mainly sitting at a computer screen.
Cool.
I'm generally quite active. Like I would have played an awful lot of Gaelic football and different sports throughout the last 10, 15 years. Like I've always kind of been sporty. But I suppose this has kind of changed my look on sport and fitness, so it has. Yeah.
Cool. So you've been in with us now 7, 8 weeks ish, give or take. Tell us a little bit about what you were doing before you came on board with regards to fitness, training, nutrition. Tell us a little bit about what you were doing, things you tried in the past, things that you were stuck with. A little bit of an overview.
So I would have trained maybe 3-4 times a week, mainly 2 times a week for football training, which is kind of all cardio, bit of HIIT. And then I kind of went to the gym 2 times a week. I normally would have went to a class which would last about 45 minutes, and it was normally like a body pump class. I would have used a weight that was maybe about 10 kg at the most for my body pump class and stuff like that. Just kind of the generic class that you get, legs, bums and tums, maybe 2 of those a week. I mean, I would have went to the gym 4 times a week, but I suppose my frustration grew whenever I really wasn't seeing the results that I was expecting to see, because ultimately it was coming down to my food big time, and also my training, but mainly my food. I really struggled with accountability, and I think that's kind of one of the biggest things I've got out from this. So like I used to try and get maybe 1,400 calories a day on my fitness pal. So I did use my fitness pal, but I didn't use it correctly. I didn't really track macros either. I just kind of thought 1,400 calories, doesn't really matter how I get there, didn't really care about nutrition just as long as I didn't go over it. But then I always would have went over it because number one, my calories are way too low, and also I wasn't getting any nutrition. So then I ultimately binge at the weekend, and then come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'd be feeling sorry for myself and punishing myself as such and restricting myself for a couple of days to make myself feel better. And that was kind of my biggest issue, was like, and that just got me really down, as it would with anybody. And then, but like, it was also because I was doing like 4 sessions a week and I just wasn't getting to where I wanted to be at all. So that was kind of my main motivation.
Yeah, so super typical of what people do. You mentioned there about the sort of starve binge cycle, low calories, low carbohydrates, weekends kind of falling apart, putting a lot of effort in with your training, but not really getting anywhere. In terms of impact, in terms of doing that effort, trying to get to a certain place and not being able to get there, what sort of impact was that having then on other areas of sort of life then at that time?
Well, like, yeah, I just remember like going on holidays and like proper being good up until holidays, and like for maybe say 6 weeks or 4 weeks beforehand, doing the whole crash diet sort of thing, training, restricting myself calorie wise, and still feeling shit on holidays, like, and being like, why am I not getting anywhere? And I really just needed a whole entire learning curve. Like, it wasn't in the sense like that I had to start from absolute scratch. Like, I did exercise, I had a basic understanding, a very basic understanding that calories are important, but I just, like, I wasn't getting anything else right at all. So like for me, it was just, I was just feeling so demotivated and so upset because I wasn't getting anywhere. I mean, confidence and stuff like that would have been shattered. Like, some days I just hated looking in the mirror, like, even though I was never a big person, but like it was all a confidence thing, and that kind of got me in the end. So
Okay. So you reached out to us. I think it was via Instagram. We hopped on a call. We had a bit of a chat. What was the sort of deciding factor then, or even with following us for a period of time, coming on board? What was the big sort of attraction? Why did you feel like we were the sort of people to help you?
well, because I think because as I said, like, I mean, I was never, I wasn't a big person to begin with. It wasn't like I had a ton of weight to lose, and I had it, like as you said, I didn't have a major body fat issue. It was just that I needed to learn, and I feel like this online coaching is definitely the best way for a long term approach, because you have to learn from yourself. Like, I mean, especially in the accountability things and get my macros right. So I mean, it worked for me as well, because like I would be doing quite a bit of traveling and stuff at work, so it's worked out well that way too. But mainly for the everyday being accountable for what you're eating, like sending through the night before my daily plan, and then getting the workouts as well has been really, really helpful. But I think just because if you don't apply yourself, like, I feel like if you went to like a one-on-one personal trainer, like, yeah, fair enough, you might go to 1 or 2 3 sessions a week or whatever it is, but like they're doing the work for you as well in that session. Like you really have to put in the work to get the results too. Like it's a two-way kind of street. So I thought that was kind of the best option for me.
Yeah, so accountability was a huge thing for you. You were someone who already had a bit of gym experience. You were doing certain things, had a bit of experience with My Fitness Pal, and was kind of more information, and having someone help you implement all of that thing. So you've been in now for like a number of weeks and whatnot. Tell us a little bit then about how things have changed. You mentioned here that you didn't have a massive fat loss problem. You weren't a big girl as you described. Give us a bit of background in terms of where you started at with regard to body weight and things like that there. Tell us a little bit about them and how those things have changed in terms of coming in, getting the right information, getting the implementation, getting the accountability side of things. How have things changed for you compared to 7-8 weeks ago whenever you're still doing things by yourself?
So like overall, I'm down like half a stone now. So I am. I started at 10. I'm down to, I was 9.7 this morning, but I'm probably like, give or take, 5.5 stone. But just like the difference I'm seeing, like I never really would have done proper weight training as such, as in like body pump, but I mean it was a 45-minute class, not that much volume on certain exercises and stuff, low weights. I done 50 kg hip thrusters over day, and I was like, Jesus, like didn't even think that was possible. Like, and like just the way like my body's reacted, I think has been so good. Like it's like, remember like the owner of the gym coming over and being like, Jesus, like you're looking really well, and I was like, oh thanks. Like it's so nice to hear that from somebody who doesn't even know you, like, and noticing those changes, like which I think it like speaks a lot for itself. But also like just in general, like my mindset, as in like I have had a big weekend thrown in there at the end of Halloween, and I still enjoyed myself, and but it's all about being mindful. And like normally I would have been really, really bad for like sitting down to like a share bag or a huge bar of chocolate. Like literally in the last like 7-8 weeks I haven't done that, and it's like it's because everything I'm doing now is in moderation, and it's just like so much better. And like just the knowledge behind the eating and stuff, and protein as well. Like I had no concept of macros at all, and like every day I'm hitting 120 grams of protein, so like I'm always full and feeling my workouts and stuff. But yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, let's go just a little bit more on the mindset side of things. So coming from a place where you're in the starve binge, starve cycle, you can tell us a little bit about where your calorie intake is now, how that has changed. You went from the sort of share size bag of things to moderation, being mindful with your portion sizes, and even coming away from an environment like body pump and those kind of fitness instructor classes and whatnot that a lot of people do. How's your mindset sort of changed in terms of what we've opened your eyes to in terms of knowing now what to do for someone who's in your position who doesn't have a huge fat loss problem, and in terms of even how your physique has changed? How has that sort of side of things changed for you in terms of from where you were to now what you're sort of doing at the moment?
Yeah, no, like my mindset has like changed dramatically. Like as in, like for example, like I had a very big weekend one weekend, and like it was like a 2-day bender sort of thing. I mean, not good nutrition, lots of alcohol. And on the Monday, I just went right back to normality. As in, like, it didn't even cross my mind to bloody starve myself for a day and a half. And it also didn't cross my mind to reach for large Dominoes with all the extras or anything like that. I was kind of like, oh, I just have kind of good food to get me back on track, take lots of water, things like that. Like it didn't even, it just hasn't even crossed my mind. Like, and even like like going to the shop, like if I want chocolate, I would get myself chocolate. Like I nearly have some form of chocolate nearly every single day in my calories. And like that has stopped my stupid cravings of having a binge then on the Saturday because I've taken away something that I really enjoy all week. So instead now like I'm having a small bit every day and then not having a huge issue the weekend. And then it's just about looking into foods and stuff as well and realizing like I'm like yeah, just looking into and finding foods that are like things like pizza and stuff. Like there's plenty of pizzas I find that are within my calorie range, stuff like that. So like my calorie range at the minute is 1,800 calories, and like I would start, I was kind of like, oh Jesus, like I don't even think I'm going to be able to hit that in a day. Like that's so much food. Like you don't even realize whenever you're like, I know concept of calories of say a breast of chicken or a fillet steak or things like that foods that I enjoy. So like once you start and you're like, okay, right, I still have like 300 calories left and I've hit my protein target for the day. So you can have something then you like. And then that has ultimately stopped me is that I literally haven't had a share bag in like 7 weeks, which is like amazing. As for the training side of it, like, I mean, it was just totally new to me. And I was kind of, I know I had it in my mind that I would, like, I think this is actually I say a lot of girls think that like, I was going to get big, like, and muscular, but like, I mean, it's totally the opposite happening. Like, I have dropped, I don't have any figures top of my head, but I've dropped inches off everywhere, like, and I mean, I've had to get a new skirt for work because it's hanging off me. Jeans are even like I'm going to have to get a new pair of jeans, I say soon, like stuff like that. Like I've definitely noticed, and everybody else is noticing too. Like, but I mean, it isn't even that I'm trying to get there like in the quick fix. I know it's just a long term mindset, which I'm delighted about. I know my mind has just completely changed in the last 2 months. Like it's unreal.
Awesome, awesome. So just to sort of finally wrap up soon, you came on board, you dropped 7 pounds down a jean size, down a clothes size. You're out of this kind of starve binge mindset and you moved into new training. And I remember our call whenever we were chatting about this and you were thinking about coming on board and you didn't just jump in straight away. I think it was like an overnight think about it kind of thing. And I was kind of like, look, catch a grip here. I'm going to sort your shit out kind of thing. And you came in the next day. So what would you say to someone who's in a similar position to where you are or to where you were previous, stuck in that kind of cycle of, you know, trying to be good, eat less, then the weekends they binge, sort of trapped in that kind of hamster wheel as such. For somebody else who, you know, if you were to sort of speak back to yourself in that place and to other people, thinking of coming in now, you've been in now for 6-7 weeks, what would you say to someone, like even to yourself that was in that sort of will I or won't I? What would your advice be for people on that end?
I'd say 100% now I do it. Like, I mean, at the start, like I was kind of like, for me, like I'm not long out of college, like, so I have a huge amount of debt and I was like, can I afford this sort of thing? And I'm just like, you know what, like this has been such a good investment because like the difference in my mind and my confidence and just everything in the last 7 weeks, and it's the knowledge that you gain. It's not even like, it's not going to happen overnight or anything like that. Like once you start seeing the results slowly, you literally just become like, you know what, this is so worth it. But it's the mindset as well. Like, I mean, a healthy mind is everything. Like, and I mean, the whole binge starve for like was just terrible, and like everything like is just better. And I definitely recommend it just to get the knowledge, because like you guys are obviously the experts. Like, and I mean, it's knowledge. It's like getting a degree. Like, it's knowledge that you're going to have for the rest of your life. And it's up to you if you want to use it or not, but it's definitely something you take with you forever.
Awesome, awesome. Last thing then, going into 2019, your sort of fitness, health, nutrition plans for your physique and whatnot. What's on the sort of agenda for next year now that you're armed with all this new knowledge?
Like I'm just happy tipping away at what I'm doing because I know I'm slowly seeing the results. Like I've realized like it is not going to happen in one of these 6 week bikini body sort of thing. It's going to be a long term plan. Like, and I mean, I'm just so like I've gotten so much nourish food in my body, and I'm getting really strong in the gym, and everything's changing slowly but surely, and I'm just happy with that, to be honest. I feel like at the start, like, my goals were the ultimate bikini body, but that's completely changed now, like, ever since starting, like, because I'm just like, you know what, like, I kind of realize that it's not that, like, really. It's a long term, just being fit and healthy, and yeah.
Super. Well, thank you so much for your time this evening.